Now I'm thinking of the surgery game for Nintendo DS. Trauma
Oh,
Center, Under
Trauma
the
Center.
Knife.
Bro, this game was amazing.
This game was dope. You had all these characters. It felt very Phoenix Wright-ish to me. I guess it's just Japanese, is what I'm saying. Man, this guy got fucked up.
I played this on the Wii, where you had to like waggle the remote at the screen to like do stitches and shit, and it was great.
Is this someone's pancreas? What is
No,
this?
I think that's you're pulling glass out of the heart, which like I don't think that's good. I don't think that goes well for you.
Is this nurse wearing a cafeteria hat?
My work has a ungainly habit of making like Monday B meetings from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it's really obnoxious. So mostly I just sat and stared at the Zoom today and I kind of hated it. But it's okay. I have no Zoom meetings tomorrow.
They really loaded up on Mondays then.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure why, but
Are they productive meetings? Are any of your coworkers watching? Any of your coworkers that might have
I mean, if they are, I think they would not.
they would agree with you.
I'm not sure they would be shocked at this opinion.
Yeah.
They might share it themselves. I mean, meetings get less productive the more of them you stack in a row too, because like
It's absolutely true.
it's a lot harder to pay attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, done with those. I'm the firefighter on my team today, which means that like I'm in charge of watching everyone else's bugs. It's a really weird role that I've never seen a company do before. I don't know if y'all have those.
We have triage or escal shifts where people come in and report stuff, and you are responsible for getting them in a Jira, assessing their severity.
Okay, kind of like that.
Yeah,
Is it concurrent with being on call? Is it like you're that during the day and on call at night, or is it
it can be.
okay? But
Yeah,
just totally different rotation. Okay,
yeah. It's not necessarily the same thing, but
cool.
yeah, we do have that sometimes. Luckily, I don't have to do that at my current gig.
Nice. Getting that poured out there, yeah.
We can do multiplayer map editing soon.
Hell yes. Oh yeah, what do we have to do? So we sort of had it last time. The thing missing is that we can't do cursors. We don't create a cursor for the second person yet, but we could.
Do you wanna go to the Yeah, that's a good question. Do you want to go to the game editor?
Absolutely.
It's posted to our Slack channel.
Oh, I'm in here, baby.
Okay, but we can't see each other's cursors.
That is correct, and also it just reloaded on me. There we go. Huh. It keeps.
What's going on right now?
It keeps.
Is it crashing?
Maybe it keeps forcibly reloading for me.
I don't see any crash. I don't see any crashes.
Give it one more reload.
We're missing a constant here. That would do it.
Boom. All right. Yeah.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. I think we're both looking at it. I don't think. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't know if you're there. I could probably look at the WebSocket and see that you're there.
Right. Okay, so let's get both cursors going, shall we?
Hell yeah. This snapping little rectangle feels great though.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
So where are we drawing stuff right now?
Where are we drawing stuff?
This cursor tile position.
Hmm?
Oh wait, this is the wrong editor.
Huh.
This is totally our other
Oh no.
editor. Client editor.
Yep, there we go. So our get renderable is we go through the cursor entities, but there isn't. We only create a single cursor because we don't know our total player count. Weirdly. So maybe we report that.
We need to spawn a second cursor for the other player, right?
Yeah, the game got away without this because basically we got your player number reported and we just picked tank N of player number. So we never actually knew the total.
Yeah. On all clients ready, we register an entity here. But we need to know how many there are.
Hmm.
And we also need to map the player numbers, right?
Yep.
I think we can do... Does the client editor know how many players there are?
No, and that's the problem. On all clients ready doesn't tell the client that.
Right now it's a constant, right?
It's a constant from the game, yeah.
And do player numbers count up from 0 or from 1? Do you remember?
I think these start at 1. But that is a great question. Where do we set this stuff?
Server simulator? Server simulator might... We might want to move the connections into there. I don't know. Because this is kind of in charge of doing, like...
Mm-hmm. Ah, there you go. On all clients ready. So what are we doing on the server side for that? And then index plus one, yeah.
All right. Nice.
Sweet. Well, that's cool.
It just works?
It just works. I love it.
We're not lagging the input, are we?
I think we have an input delay of 3.
Where is that being applied?
It's being applied in the input, the handle input function in the engine, which is not a system. Yeah, there you go. There's input delay.
Oh, perfect. This stuff just works.
I mean, it feels snappy to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and it looks snappy. It's funny, but like the motion, I'm watching this through Zoom and on my laptop, and they're pretty close. It was nice.
Good.
I bet if we turned on some debug metrics, I bet our ticks are just significantly faster than before because there's nothing happening.
Yeah. How do we get debug draw in here?
Let's make some tiles. Let's make a map.
All right. Okay, so our representation, let's remind ourselves of everything. Because it's been a while. We've been working on other side projects as well.
Yep.
It helped to get us into our head. So the editor state database is a bunch of models, a bunch of grid positions, a bunch of tiles, a bunch of cursors, right? So I think what we want to do is, like, when we click on something, should we just turn the tile on or off, or should we maybe rotate, toggle through the different ground types?
That's a great question. Can we get the tile under the cursor at all? We have tile and grid pause, but like, how can we? Do we have an index to even go into that?
It's a grid position, right?
Yeah, yeah, but like, but we can't look up anything by grid position. We can only look up by entity ID. Like, how do we get that out of the state DB? Do we need a? Is this our index function actually?
Oh yeah,
Is
good
to
call.
maintain a grid to entity ID index.
Right. Okay, so what we need.
And I guess we're only going to index tiles because with those entity IDs we can deal with the models and the grid pause for that. Hey Dean. Dean says boyos.
Hey, what's up?
Time to put the chat on the screen. Dean, now that you're here, we're gonna pretend that we're just mouthing words and that our audio is broken. Hopefully the lag is better this week too.
Let's hope so.
We're making a map editor. We've actually got our multiplayer cursors going here, so it's hard. It's actually maybe a little actively hard to see on the stream because the lines are so thin, but I'm moving that square around on Jeff's computer from my laptop. You know,
What's the right way to look up an X and Y? Should it just be an array?
Yeah,
An array of arrays?
do we still have ND array around? Just I like the array, the single dimensional array with one like lookup function.
Okay. And we're gonna assume dimensions right now, right?
Yeah.
64 by 64.
Let's do 64 by 64. Dean says the lag is significantly better this week. It's because we're using Windows.
Is it a number or undefined? This?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this is going to be like a new array of 64 by 64, right?
Yep.
And then we're going to return. And when we index an entity, we're going to say if
Mm-hmm.
this dot grid pause dot get ID. Let's just insist that that's there.
Mm-hmm.
Grid pause is just an X and Y.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Grid pause dot Y times 64 plus grid pause dot X equals ID.
Nice.
Right?
Yep.
Why does it not like this? Tile IDs.
Mm.
And then the unindexed will be the same, similar type thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just undefined. Yep. There's always that delete function for JavaScript arrays too that is totally inscrutable.
Yeah, delete removes removes a property from an object.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a very strange. It's like a keyword, right?
Yeah, and like I don't know, it just doesn't work like literally any other part of JavaScript. I hate it.
Yeah. I don't. I think I rarely ever use it, right?
I equals undefined is better.
Yeah.
Especially for an array.
Okay. It's okay. So how do we want to? There's a message that we want to send over the wire. Is it going to be I changed the tile to this, or is it I clicked on this tile?
That's interesting. What's the? I'm trying to imagine what happens if we're both sending that at the same time too. Like if I'm in grass mode and I'm clicking the tile and you're in rock mode and you're clicking the tile.
I think just one person arbiter that wins,
I
right?
think 1%, but I think the I click the tile is hard because then we have to like our mode has to go through too, or it's cycling and we have to maintain state.
Or yeah, we have to dedupe somehow. We have to say like only a tile can only be clicked once per frame.
Yeah, so I think I set the tile to blank and then last one wins.
Okay. So client messages, are these specific to the editor yet? Do you remember?
Yeah. This is our editor client message because that generic I had to put freaking everywhere.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so client message currently looks like this. There's
And
a cursor update.
yeah, basically everything's got to be optional, but that's okay.
Yeah, we can also do types. Is that reasonable to do?
We can do types. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I think that'll work. There's like a base client message generic
Well,
in the engine.
are we going to send more than one client message frame per client? Sorry, are we going to are we going to send more than one message per frame per client? Or is it all just going to be one?
I think it's one per. I think the engine can handle more than one per frame, but we sort of optimized the last one to be just one per frame.
It's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the last one is much lower level, right? It's like
And part of it was just to reduce the amount of stuff going back and forth, and to make these like, as a receiver, I only have to get one message per client as well. So I think we opted for fat messages basically.
cursor update. Export type tile update. Would this be a grid pause or an entity ID, do you think?
I think it's a grid pause.
Okay.
Because not all of these entities exist right now.
Oh, right.
Though,
It's possible that the other side doesn't have an entity for that tile yet.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a maybe an us problem where we should just make more entities at the start. But yeah, right now it's not happening.
Right. Potentially we should populate every single tile with like grass or something like that, right?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
How are we representing the ground again?
How are we representing the ground?
There's an enum of some kind, right?
Oh, yeah, it's probably in. Oh shit! There's so many.
Everything's changed so much that I actually find myself having a hard time looking around.
I think it's in components, tile component. Yep, there you go.
Tile type. Tile type. Okay. Eventually this is going to go into common, but
I mean, or engine, right? That's part of the engine. I think we're going to bring some of the tile system back to the engine, basically.
yeah, but I don't know if the engine should have semantics, right? Like the engine shouldn't know about grass. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's a good point. Right, that's not an engine.
Okay, so handle input. We'll do this. Okay, so what is this? This is returning a cursor update, right?
Oh crud, we need a new. Yeah. Now,
What is this whole system doing? It's returning the whole. Oh, it's sending the client message.
Send the message. So this is interesting. So actually, the cursor update contains X and Y. Do we need to think about, like, is the tile message just what we're adding to the tile, like just that enum value, and it's there or not?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is it gross to do the pass in a thing to get it updated?
Doesn't bother me. That function hasn't updated the message, but otherwise I'm down.
Or is it better to just calculate the position, the world position of the mouse multiple times? Or we can return a cursor update and a tile update object. Maybe that's actually kind of more what we're going for here. What I mean is handle mouse input.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm down with that.
And then up here,
Splat.
yeah, we splat this. And that should just work, although it's not working.
No, is the key for cursor update actually correct?
Cursor.
Cursor and tile update. I mean, works for me.
Okay. Good call. That works. So now we need to handle clicks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got that.
Okay.
Cool. So what do we got? We want mouse dot up keys or mouse dot yeah.
What is grid position? Does it have negative values, or is it zero indexed?
It is zero indexed right now. We could choose to flip that, but if you reload this, like, the center is the top left point of 0, 0. We could change that.
Oh, so there are negative grid positions.
I don't think so. I mean, the tile.
Well, you said the very center of the map is 0, 0.
No, the very center of the screen is the top left corner of 0, 0 on the map. The map is off center. And if you reload the map without moving the camera around, you can see it. It's just not. It's not where it should be in the center. Damn, does this not work anymore?
I think I might have included a...
Oh, that might not work. Yeah, so like the center of the screen, like if the map was centered, these 4 tiles up here would be in the map as well. Would be Like this tile should be here.
Oh, that's fine. What I'm asking
And
is it possible in our is grid position? Is it possible for it to be negative? That's
I
my
mean, I
question.
was gonna say no since since we've started at 0 on the tile index or on the tile array. Like we can't. We could insert before. I guess it'd be weird.
Oh, oh, so I see what you're saying. So it's just gonna grow
Yeah, exactly.
to the the southeast.
Yep. Oh, Dean has very good news for us. Videogame.dog is available.
You know, if any friend of the stream wants to gift it to
I was gonna
us,
say
we can try to put it to good use.
no, wait, not for long. Not for long. It's not.
Dom, are you doing what I think I'm doing? What I think you're doing?
I am. I am. $40 a year, Dean. What is this premium domain bullshit? Whatever. I'll split it.
Is this gonna become a tax write-off when we start an LLC?
I think so. Yeah. That's how the shit works, right?
Dot online is $720.
Wow, videogames.inc is available, and or videogame.inc. That's awful.
Means business. I registered jefflee.site, S-I-T-E, and I think it was a mistake.
Why is that?
Because I feel like it's hard to say.
Oh yeah, I have. What's my custom domain that I'm trying to use? I think I have Dominic.cool, and that's also pretty weird.
Dominic.cool is okay.
It's okay. I mean,
What about Dominic.fun?
maybe, but you want to
People would get that, right?
You want to email me at hello@dominic.cool? I don't know. It's a weird one.
Aw, no page found. Who's your weird registrar that's giving you this funny?
That's Fastmail, huh?
This is Fastmail. Oh,
Because I just pointed it there because I wanted it for email, but
good for Fastmail.
yeah. Videogame.management Enterprises Limited.
Videogame.band. I actually kind of like that.
Yeah, that's not bad actually.
Half zebra, half horse.
Dominic.dog is available. Now we're talking.
Dominic dog. Videogame.dental.
Ugh. I've seen horrible ads for like dentist video games, and I don't know why you would do that to yourself.
Oh, what was that one video game?
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. But now I'm thinking of the surgery game for Nintendo DS. Trauma
Oh,
Center,
Trauma
Under the
Center.
Knife.
Bro, this game was amazing.
This game was dope.
It's from the people who made Persona.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that
it's an Atlas
makes
game.
sense.
It makes a lot of sense. So maybe
'Cause
it might be like a different team, but like it's published by them, and it's very clear to
yeah,
me.
you had all these characters. It felt very, very Phoenix Wright-ish to me. I guess it's just Japanese, is what I'm saying.
ESK says Trauma Center is the one with the inexplicably anime plot, right? Yeah, it's like there's a virus that like
It's like it's like an intelligent mutant virus,
it's really weird.
and you use the hand to rub the heart, right?
Yeah, you do.
To continue to get it to beat. Man, this guy got fucked up.
Also, like that shit, it's so dark because it's like there's a helicopter crash coming in. Like, quick, come fix this guy's liver, and you're just like, excuse me.
Yeah, this is some dude's heart right here, right? And it'll have like glass shards in it.
So you played this on the DS. I played this on the Wii, where you had to like waggle the remote at the screen to like do stitches and shit, and it was great.
Oh, was it very highly inaccurate?
It was good enough because all you had to do was
Okay.
waggle.
Well, I thought this game had like a precision thing, because like on the DS you had the stylus, so you were like very precise about what you were tapping on.
Maybe the Wii was a little more forgiving.
Yeah, they probably had to add some auto aim to that. Yeah, what is this? Is this someone's pancreas? What is this?
No, I think that's you're pulling glass out of the heart, which like
that is also heart. That's what you're saying.
yeah, I don't think that's good. I don't think that goes well for you.
Yeah. Is this nurse wearing a cafeteria hat? What is she wearing here?
I mean, what are doctors' clothes? I think that's just
I, I thought the purpose of like a nurse's hat is to like keep the hair out of. I mean, it's also very gendered as well, right? Because like I don't know if the dudes wear it, but still, like this seems to me like a singularly weird costume design, right?
Yep.
Like, have you seen a hat like this?
I have.
It's kind of more of a
I
hairpiece.
just say that is a like Krispy Kreme donuts hat is what that is, which is not that useful. The
Like
paper
this
one.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like an old time burger joint hat, right? The people at In-N-Out also wear that as well. But I don't know. She's still got a lot of hair spilling out there. I feel like that would get in her way if she was trying to like help you. I'm not trying to be like like if it was a person of any gender with long hair, you would think that it would be like physically challenging, right? In a critical surgery type scenario.
Yeah, I.
Am I overthinking this?
Oh, I mean,
Possibly.
100%. But also, like you, as a, if I recall, you also have a superpower in this game where, like, you, the doctor, can slow down time.
Oh yes, you have bullet time.
Yeah, you have Doctor Bullet time to pull the glass out faster or something.
Has there been a modern version of this?
I mean, I see Surgeon Simulator right there.
Oh, dude, this is like a lung right here.
So
Look at these ribs.
this
Do you
game,
normally see this much when you cut someone's chest open?
I can't say that I've tried.
Okay.
But so this game is like meant for VR, but the controls are entirely awful.
Oh man, this is like kind of gnarly enough that it would probably give me like the vas vagal response. You know, I'd start to like dry heave. I mean, that's a dude's sternum right there. Highly, and it's like kind of an uncanny valley sternum as well.
Which, like, I don't. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't think that's how. I don't think that's how this works. I don't think that's what you do to someone when you're doing the surgery.
Like you literally like remove this flap of skin.
Or that they flayed this poor patient. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's a side view of the same guy. There's just like a straight up like
I mean,
like
you should.
Black and Decker hammer.
This game is hilarious and very
Oh.
fun to play.
Like you can see the polygon. I mean, I'm guessing this is the like this is the way that the sternum will cleave if you smash it with the hammer.
Exactly.
Oh, I got it. Does it have kind of like zany? Oh, yeah, it's got intestines here. Does it have kind of like a zany soundtrack?
I think you gotta add your own, but it's zany enough.
Okay.
Yeah, Surgeon Simulator is fun. I mean, it might be on your. You might be able to PSVR it or something VR it.
Yeah.
I don't actually have any VR anymore.
If only I could handle VR.
That's true. That's true.
Did you have to defuse a bomb in Trauma Center? Were there any non-people that you ever had
I
to like?
think you did defuse a bomb once.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. But
Because you've got good hands.
You did
You've
it with
got
your
this-
surgery, yeah.
You got good hands, so that also makes you like a PhD in electrical engineering.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, Trauma Center was great. Whatever.
Yeah. Good game. But that's
Yeah.
not the game we're making.
No, but videogame.dog will redirect in a little bit. You can pretty much dare me to buy any domain and it'll.
What is wrong with the game right now? That's what I want to know.
What is wrong? Oh well, I backgrounded the Windows, so I probably server blocked it.
What we were seeing an example of net pause. I get you. All right. So if you were to click,
Oh. Okay. Dean's telling me about Hand Dog now. Which is, would you rather have a dog with hands or a cat with a human face? Cat with a human face. No, cat with a human face. Absolutely.
what's the question again? Say it one more time.
It's in chat. Would you rather have a dog with hands or a cat with a human face?
Um,
I don't like a dog with hands. That's too weird.
I'm on team hand dog.
Well, this is what tears families apart.
You're on team face cat. Yeah, this is the start of our kind of like social network style divorce. You know,
Cat
you're
just
gonna stick
started.
your lures on me. I'm gonna stick my lures on them. It'll be ugly.
Wow,
Thanks a lot,
I
Dean.
just googled cat with face and I regret it.
Should I do it or should I not do it?
No,
Okay, you're gonna say definitively no, right?
no, yeah, don't do it. There,
Okay.
yeah. If you ever make this game team based as ESK, the initial teams have to be hand dog and face cat. Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. Ah man, I miss some good old team matchmaking games.
Why can I not import this?
Jeff, do you have the Halo collection? Can we play MCC?
Tell me again about what you're asking.
Oh,
Halo?
do you and your bros have the Halo collection?
No, the only Halo-ish game that I've ever played is Destiny.
Oh, I mean that's pretty Halo-ish.
Yeah, it's pretty Halo.
I would play some Destiny too. My old friend Steve Klabnik is a Destiny YouTuber now, and I'm just like, it is definitely his final form.
No, I think I saw that actually.
Yeah, he's having fun with it.
Is he really good at Destiny?
He's really good at Destiny.
Like you could go on raids with him?
He is absolutely. He's competitive in whatever he does. He was a competitive Rock Band player at one point. He was a competitive Halo player. He just
That
like
is wild.
he really likes being like into a thing all the way, which is pretty fun. It's cool shit.
Oh, I'm just writing C++. This is my problem. See this? I'm using like the double quote scope resolution operator.
Work
It's
is
because of
leaking.
these all caps enum values here. You know what? We're gonna solve this conclusively.
Okay. Oh no, it's happening.
Yeah. I don't think we capitalize any of our other. No, we do. In fact, these are all capitalized.
Those are acronyms.
Those are acronyms. I agree. But I think our tile types are also capitalized. Are they not? Oh no, wait. These are same. Yeah.
Yes. Civilized language prevails.
All right. Is down is the first frame that it's down. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct. I
Do
think.
we want to be able to paint tiles?
Oh shit. I was about to say is up is correct, but damn, you just blew it wide open.
Is held. And is there a grid position that we can the grid position is this? Or this is just a world position, right?
No, the cursor update XY is the grid position.
It is the world position.
Is the world position? Wait, did we? Yeah, you're right. Oh, sorry. What? We didn't floor it. Okay, so if you floor that, it's grid position.
Oh, right, yes, because our tile sizes are all one. Okay. So yeah, there might be a sort of recentering with offsets that we'll need to do. So if the button's held down and the X position is greater than or equal to 0, let's do it like this. And the world position X value is less than 64. Yes? And the same business on Y. You picking up what I'm putting down here?
Oh, I am. We're gonna draw some tile. Nice.
Is there a way to format this such that it makes a little bit more sense? It's not gonna play ball.
Ooh,
It doesn't like me.
Let's find out. No.
Okay, whatever. It's being a dictator. I like it. We'll just draw grass for now, right? How's that sound?
Sounds good. Right, we'll have to pull the tile mode out of the local client state at some point.
I'm not explicitly doing the thing where I'm verbally describing what I'm typing, but I can do that if you'd like.
Nah, I got you.
Okay. For some reason, I'm not in that mood today. Tile
It's
type,
Monday, baby.
grass.
Everyone just wants to be playing Trauma Center.
Dude, I kind of want to be playing Trauma Center now.
I don't know.
DS games are great. DS games are really good.
DS games were really good. I want, like... Can I play DS on my phone yet? I feel like
You kind of can, right? They've got some Phoenix Wright games, and
I'm gonna see if
is there a Trauma Center for
Let's see if there's a
for
Trauma Center in
iOS?
here. Yeah.
6 games like Trauma Center for the iOS.
Hmm.
More games like .com.
Oh, wow. Okay, wait. These are...
I like how the number 2 is Amateur Surgeon 4, and number 3 is Amateur Surgeon 2. No honorable mention to Amateur Surgeon 3.
Oh, maybe it's coming.
Oh. Real Dentist Surgery Simulator. There we go.
Nope. Here, wait, Jeff. I have to put one of these in the Slack. It's so awful. Here you go, into the live channel. You gotta click on it because this guy's face. Oh, come on! Don't let me down.
Oh yeah.
It's like they were like, we're gonna make the Trauma Center guy, but we forgot what a face looks like.
You know what's funny? It's like this dude, like, you know, kind of like doing the badass villain thing, looking behind himself, looks like pretty cool.
Yeah, wait.
This guy is like halfway to Rage Face, right?
Yo, wait. Destroy the plans of a bioterrorist organization. This is Trauma Center.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You play as a character named Zach Starks.
You know what? This game was probably this guy. First of all, was made by someone whose name is almost Ruben Penicillin. It could have been the game that he was made to. He was born to make,
But
right?
you got a great point there.
Yeah.
He looked like looks like a Zach Starks. This is the SK.
Why is the first review? Why is the title glorious? Is he being sarcastic?
I mean, maybe it's gloriously bad.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all this to say, there's a real missed opportunity.
Yeah, I guess you could call it. You could almost call this like a black box reverse engineering of Trauma Center.
Wow, never type Surgeon Simulator into the App Store because everything is horrible. I don't want to do.
Real Dentist Surgery Simulator. Free download.
The second link looks more promising than the free download, but yeah. There you go.
Here we go. Oh my god.
Is it praxis to fuck up a cop's teeth? What's going on here? Five whole patients.
Do no
to choose
harm,
from.
except when it smashes the state.
Ew, this is awful.
What is the name of this aesthetic here? This kind of like, you know, semi-realistic texture on a 3D human.
Oh, I feel like this is from like one of those body Poser. You remember the app Poser that was like for making like 3D people way back when?
Yes.
I feel like
Poser 3D people. But you're talking like late 90s, early 2000s, right?
yeah, I'm talking old Poser.
Yeah, it's funny. There was a Windows app that reminds you to stretch. Oh yes, I think this was the one. Yeah, So there's like these kinds of people, right? Stretch break.
Stretch break. I've never seen this. Stretch break.
It made the rounds on the work Slack. Ergonomicconnection.com. Stretch break. Stretch break home. Here we go. Here we go. This is the yeah. Are these? Is this poser? Is this older than that?
I think that is vintage poser. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So
Wow.
this is a game. This is not a game. It's an app, right? Where can I see some screens? Here we go.
You can
Yeah, there
see
we
some
go.
screenshots. 2 words.
Um, yeah. So basically, there's these
Wow.
people. Yeah, I think this is what you're talking about,
Oh
right?
my god. Well, like some of
And
these.
look at this like culturally correct couture that the Asian woman
What was I
is.
say? Some of these people are like 3D models, and some of them are like they took a photograph and skinned it onto a face. Ugh.
This looks like it almost looks like Beverly Crusher.
A little bit. Yeah. I'm glad the exercise they give you.
Gates McFadden.
They got big wide yawn.
Yeah. Um, good old like Win32 app here. Really good hotkey coverage. You seeing this?
Mhm.
I wonder if this was like intentionally designed or if it's just automatic. It looks like it's designed.
I think you picked that on Windows. Yeah.
Yeah,
As
I think you
recall.
actually had he had the person who had to tune this. Otherwise, it probably would have picked E for one of these options, right?
Mhm.
So basically, you have this app open, and then like every once in a while, it'll just like pop up and say, "Hey, man, you got to do some stretching."
Okay. Okay.
And it's not a bad idea. Like I've been typing, got to do one of these things, you know. Got to protect these moneymakers here, right? It's my bread and butter.
Someday, carpal tunnel will take us all. Retire by 50. That's the plan, right?
Yeah.
Ugh. Stop. No. Why?
Okay. All right, we're back to doing whatever the hell we were doing.
I mean, we can recreate a horrible dentist office in here too.
Yeah. Okay, so the tile update is now streaming through our veins, but we got to actually do something about it, right?
Yeah, I'm clicking, but nothing's happening.
Tile edit system.
Over here in the sun zone. 1 second. This looks really cool though, but it's probably burning my camera.
Is it possible to burn your camera?
What direction is that? North? That'd be it's a weird direction for the sun to come from. But that is north. What did this new system just appear overnight?
Which one?
Did we have a tile edit system before this?
No, I just made it while you were messing with the camera.
That was very fast. Hell yeah.
It was kind of done at a normal speed.
Okay. Maybe I was very slow.
No, I wasn't trying to make that comment either. I was just I'm merely stating facts here.
Alrighty. So let's
Yes.
see. Frame state messages, tile update. Yeah.
What is the mess? M.tile update. We've got a tile in there. So what we want is the current entity ID, right?
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Then we gotta register one. Hmm. You could. I was gonna say you could splat tile update, but now there's other shit in there. Well, dang.
And then tile.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that actually? What's in the tile component? It's just a type.
Just the type. For now, I think this will eventually have a child entity of some sort as we deal with trees and tanks and that sort of thing.
Oh, yes.
Hmm?
Or those will just be different entities, confusingly.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, we can index into the same get tile by grid pause or get entity by grid pause.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Tile update dot type.
Boom,
Why is he complaining? I'm missing a comma.
boom.
Is it?
What?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Otherwise,
Tiles. Uh-huh. Nice. The first argument to update is
ID.
tile ID. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What?
we'll solve that. Isn't that cool that was an error? I think it's good.
That remains just a beautiful thing. Okay, I'm clicking.
I'm clicking too.
I'm holding.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? What's going on?
Damn, why do I suck at this? Don't answer that. Well, let's see if we're getting clicks. It's probably the first culprit, right?
That's a great point.
Is it because we're not clicking the right area? Because it's only going to happen in this lower corner, right?
Yeah, I tried clicking down here.
Yeah, so did I. Dang.
Womp womp.
It says, do you have the browser focused?
I do.
Dang it.
I actually have an error that says WebGL2 not available in Canvas, which is a bit surprising. Huh.
Wasn't it just working not 2 seconds ago for
Yeah.
you?
Now, is it possible that we've introduced a bug that just it wasn't rebuilding correctly before?
Very possible.
Hmm. None of this seems that controversial, though.
Yeah, I just added console log.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think that's all fine. But you're seeing an actual error, is that correct?
I am. Let me make sure. I'll just join the server again.
Oh,
Oh.
something happened. All right, we're getting clicks. So those clicks are happening.
Yep. Okay. So the tile update is going through. Is anything calling the tile edit system?
Oh.
The classic update systems TS?
You are a genius, yes.
Hell yeah.
I know that doesn't exist yet, but we're gonna rectify that. Oh, and we were exporting literally the same function name.
Yeah, that won't work. Whoa.
Oh, that's broken.
What just happened?
So I think our tile addressing system is bad.
Yeah. Now, did we get our X and Y messed up? Okay, wait, let's reload this. And I won't click wildly. Okay, so if you click once. Okay.
That's looking good.
Huh?
Oh. I think it's basically this is the zero row. So anything on the zero row is fine.
Ah,
Like we can just keep going, right?
now hang on. So, do you see the problem? I see the problem.
What's that?
So we started with a 4x4 array, and then we turn into a 4x5 as soon as we put the first thing over here. And what was row 4 is now like somewhere in row 2 because our previous indexing is just nonsense at that point.
Okay. So why don't you walk me through it?
So I think yeah, okay, so I think importantly, I believe it's in client editor wherever we set up the map, we're setting this up as a 4x4, but I think actually we need to insert at the grid positions that we want it to be instead of splatting the array in. Let's see. Where did that code happen?
Are you talking about when you register the initial terrain?
Yeah, where does that?
But that's all in world position, isn't it?
Maybe.
Right. I think it's here.
Okay, we register grid pause tile. Yeah, that looks like it really should be okay, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Oh, no. Okay, wait, sorry, go back to that. The problem is the W here needs to be 64. Or rather, on line 38, it needs to be Y times 64 to be inserted into our full 64 by 64 grid. Because Y times 4 plus X is not correct for the full array size.
Yeah, but all this is doing is writing grid positions, right?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
All this is saying is that for tiles like 0 to 4,
Yeah, that's true.
tile row 0 to 4 and tile column 0 to 4, write your tiles, right? So I think there's something wrong with the indexing, which is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, let's check out that state DB. I mean, 64 seems right. And we initially create it as something that large.
Yeah,
Correct.
and they get indexed into this.
Can we log out the tile IDs? I mean, it's going to be a huge pile of nonsense, I guess.
It's almost as if our mouse positions aren't getting interpreted correctly, right? Like when we handle. Oh,
Dope. Did it just... Oh, phew.
yeah, I just hit Command H. I don't think I've ever wanted to do that intentionally. That's what that is.
Oh, I use that one a lot.
Yeah. Well, I have too many things open right now. Oh my god. Here we go. We're
Yes.
back.
How are you handling the new Firefox design?
I like it a lot.
You like it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. Firefox always looked a little bit dated. There's some stuff about it that I think is a little wonky, right? The kind of shadow, the drop shadow under the
Yeah.
little skeuomorphic.
I saw someone talking about the new tab bar, and the thing that they pointed out was that the only thing that looks like a button is the current tab, and it's also the only thing you can't click. Which is a little
Seems
funny.
like a little bit of a like a miss, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, some of the states up there.
Yeah.
That's easy to fix though. It's funny because Safari announced almost exactly the same design today.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. What the hell? I love that Google is like, do you need a jumpsuit? You seem like someone who's going on
They're
a
just
safari.
they're just trolling Apple right now. Oh, this is macOS Monterey.
Yeah. You gotta go all the way. I guess, yeah, fine. Go into their marketing site. Will nobody just give us a screenshot?
Have you watched Ted Lasso, by the way?
No, is it good?
Good show. You'd like it.
Okay. Is it like another sort of like Parks and Rec kind of office?
I would not compare it to those.
Okay. Kind-hearted dramedy.
It is kind-hearted for sure.
Okay.
But it's a little bit more like plot driven, I would say. Like every episode. I guess sitcoms have plots, but Ted Lasso wants you to care about the direction of every episode. Whereas, like, I think for a sitcom like Parks and Rec, it's kind of just more the backdrop of zany characters doing zany things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Come on, Safari. Here we go.
There you go.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's the tabs.
Oh, they put the tabs on the side of the... that seems bad.
I think when you click one, I think it becomes the address bar.
I could see that.
Yeah, me too. We'll see. Oh yeah, there you go.
The address bar kind of jumps around.
The address bar is the tab.
Oh.
It's weird. It's a little strange. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see. They're really trying to like just narrow. They're trying to just get rid of as much vertical real estate as they can.
I mean, it makes sense. They sell widescreen computers.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, Firefox got it first.
Yeah. Do you want to buy some rattan lamps while we're here?
I mean, not for that much money, but it's pretty cool looking.
I like how like you can now make a web design where like essentially it's contiguous with the rest of the rest of the browser.
That actually is really neat.
Right, the browser Chrome kind of floats over the web page. Would work really well if you accommodated that, and it would work really poorly otherwise.
Yeah, I wonder. I've often wondered how they do this, because Safari on iOS does something like that too, where you scroll the header behind the thing and it picks up the color a little bit. So like, I think they must like take the top pixel color or something from whatever you're working with.
Yeah,
which is actually very clever.
Yeah.
All right, this sucker. What happened?
The fuck is wrong with us? What are we doing? I mean, the tile is drawing correctly, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch this over to single player just so we're not
do it
getting in each other's way, and then we can switch back.
Okay. So I think so. And so the behavior I saw is, oh, that's not what I expected at all, actually.
It deleted an entity and then drew one.
So can you draw? Okay, wait. Reset this again. I want to do this. I want to do this step by step. So click on 0, 0, like the top left corner.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's go to the right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just keep going. And then the next one deletes something. Why the fuck? Deleted a different one too.
Yes. Are we registering entities in the wrong spot?
That's a great question. 0, 0.
Oh no, we're not. It's happening in the tile edit system, which should be in a place where this is all happening.
And tile update X and Y are already floored, so they're correct. Okay, now wait. Go back to the other real quick. So I think once you make 16 tiles, it stops letting you add tiles, and I'm not sure if that's correct or not.
All right, that is an excellent observation. Let's do it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, and we're done.
And notably, it consumed our tiles in order, so that's something. So is get tile by grid pause handing us the wrong thing? Like, is tile ID coming back with a value even when it shouldn't be? Turn this to tile IDs. Should be mostly undefined.
Actually, I want to debug the game client. It's port 3000.
Oh, is that what? Yep.
Can I debug in the browser? Is this going to work? I don't think it's going to work. It'll work if I... Well, I want to stay online. I guess I can just make a new thing, right? Temporarily. I think that did it.
Whew, okay. Do it. Come on, big money. Oh, just the URL is wrong with some extra HTTPs, and you're good. You got double. You're in hypertext now.
Ultra text.
Man, it's really disappointing. Nothing on the web has really like sort of caught up with how cool hypertext sounded.
Yeah. What is this? Non.js for the what? I'm gonna stop debugging and I'm gonna debug again.
Fuck?
I don't know. Oh god, it worked.
I love it.
Okay, so now we're indexing.
So let's see. So this means that. Okay, we're registering an entity. Great.
And let me do this. Grid pos 0, 0. Yes. 1, 0. I guess we're iterating over rows first.
Looks like
Fine.
it. Yep.
This is a very disorienting iteration order. But we're going with it.
Yep.
All right. Now I'm going to plunk something down, right?
Okay.
Let's do this, right? Okay, the tile ID is undefined, which is what we expected. We register the entity here.
Okay.
Oh, we're not adding a model here. It needs a model, doesn't it?
It's a good point. I mean, I guess it should be drawing nothing, though. Why is it eating? But yeah, I'm down with that. That does seem...
I share your confusion.
It's not a bug.
Oh. Still eating it, right? Is it a rendering problem?
Is anything else using the for indexing? It shouldn't be.
Yeah, something else must be using a 4x4. Yeah, I'm a little bit perplexed. Editor.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pulling the position. This is why we're confused, right? This should be fine.
It should be very fine. What the hell? Okay, wait. Can we go back to... We didn't actually look at what was getting inserted when we clicked with a new entity, did we? Or was it correct? I thought we stopped debugging before we got there. I'm curious, yeah, what is... If we step into register entity, what is index?
Okay, registering the entity.
Ooh. Next entity ID uncommitted should not be 1. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Is the first set of tiles not actually?
The first set of tiles are being registered, but maybe they're not being committed. That's the problem.
Oh, you want to just call commit prediction right there?
Right here.
Yeah. Damn you, state machine.
I can't click on this one.
Can't do that one. Okay. Hey, but you can click on the rest of them, and that's all we need. So what if you can't put that one there?
This one's being like uncommitted every time.
What?
And my cursor is green. That's not right, right?
Oh no, that's not right.
Yeah, as soon as I click
So the first one you clicked on.
is following this. It's because we're not cloning the position, right? Something like that. The position is getting updated. So I think what's happening here. Well, first of all, this is wrong.
Is it Is it where we do the handle? Let's see. Tile
Well, I mean,
update.
we're creating new objects, aren't we?
Yeah, and tile update X and Y should just be numbers. What about what is the cursor system pulling from? Are we? Is that where editor systems cursor, m cursor update? That really shouldn't be connected, though. No, I mean that is a new number.
What is this?
That is the ID of the cursor, the player's cursor. Because we're getting... go back to... Oh, what's line 12? Sorry, I can't see it.
Hang on, what? Component table.
So we get the...
Shouldn't this be update?
I mean, that does seem true. Is that really what it was? No.
No, that wasn't it.
No, the first time you insert a new one, it blows up. When you overwrite a thing, it didn't fill your cursor.
Yeah. This is such a mysterious bug. This should be update though. I don't think set's correct.
No, I think that's good. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah. So the place.
So it's as if the ID. It's almost as if we're adding a cursor. All right.
Or that the thing, whatever is updating the cursor position, is getting tied to something that we click on. It's like we're keeping a reference to that first tile's grid pause object.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like. But it's almost as if we're passing world pause by reference. Oh, we kind of are.
Yep.
But still, it should be fine, right? Because we're not aliasing it anywhere. Do you see what like, I think what we're talking about is like an aliasing problem, right? Like we're referencing the same variable in two different places.
Right, because tile update should get its own copy of X and Y that are unique.
I would agree with that. And it's like we're repackaging the value. But let us actually... The ID is 16. When are we adding the cursors?
We had the cursor on all clients ready. Thought we did.
Yeah.
It's probably not cursors. It's probably cursor, singular.
Is that in the client editor?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, so this also needs a commit.
Oof, fair, fair.
Hey, what up?
Can you explain why that just happened? I turned multiplayer back on. Fuck yeah. I guess, was it just getting rolled back and then we... Oh, it was getting rolled back. The ID was getting rolled back.
The ID was getting rolled back, yeah. So we're taking
Okay.
over IDs.
Pff,
I mean,
Fuck.
it's that or dicks, right?
Yep.
Do you want to do multiplayer now?
Yeah, turn that bad boy back on.
All right. We deserve this. And I'm going to stop debugging cuz I want to proceed fearlessly. Of course, now I don't have the link to that. What was it? HTTP
EC2, yeah.
AWS? Ah, there it was. Nice.
Nope. Got really bad when I tried to actually write words that weren't high and think about it too hard.
There's no erase. It's really hard.
There's no erase. Well, I can erase it by just... It's green.
It's really hard. All right. So this being hard, how do we change the current input mode?
Great question. We got our queue. Could put our
We've got state that doesn't need to be synchronized, which is like what the input mode is.
correct.
That is also on StateDB, right?
Yeah. All right, scroll down. This ain't so bad. I can write this right in this sucker.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I do this? Export interface local state. Tile edit. Selected tile type. Let's just make this public.
Yep.
I'm not sure if this is the right place to put this, but I'm going to put it here for now.
I like the state TB as sort of a...
The other place you could put it is... When do we update systems?
I mean, state TB is so nice just because it like always lives in every system real easily.
It does, but
And-
you know what else does?
What's that?
Is this thing.
Oh,
So we could put the local state here as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it for now, and we can move it if we want to.
Okay, which one? What do we have access to in get renderables? Because I think it's only state TB, right? Not that we need it
Get
here.
renderables lives on the editor. Well, ultimately, the local state's going to live up here.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, why don't we... Oh, StateDB is in the game. or in the framework rather. Oh wait, this is God. I think it's here. Yeah. Get rid of you, sir. Get rid of you. Can I factor you out? Move to a new file.
What? Okay. Didn't know you could do that.
Okay, so far so good. And then here, state to be. It's the local state. And then we update. Oh, Christ. The simulator doesn't take it. All right, it's going to be on the state DB. Sorry, that was much ado about nothing.
That's okay. Wait, it doesn't take it. That's fine. Yep.
Yeah, we've got a factoring issue, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, this is the wrong file.
What is frame state though? Does it not take something of type frame state to simulate? I guess not.
Yeah, frame state.
I thought that was our generic for that.
Oh, it is. It's just that. Well, where is this getting called? Oh, I keep going to that client editor. Oh, you know what? Maybe I was okay. Maybe I was okay because the simulate happens here.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have a factoring problem.
Yeah, I thought we handled this. So.
Okay. Well, I just did horrible things. So where?
Sorry.
Luckily, we have the type checker.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe that some people don't like type checking?
I literally can't.
People are just like, I don't like it.
I mean, to be fair, there's many years in my career where I was just like, you know what, Ruby's fine. I don't need any more than this Ruby offers me, and I was wrong. And I'll be the first to admit it.
Would you go back to doing Ruby? I guess you are doing Ruby.
I do a lot of Ruby.
Okay.
And it is painful.
Yeah, I just make so many mistakes programming, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like no one needed to make that easier for me.
All right, so how do we update the local state? Handle mouse input. Would it just be like hotkeys? Well, I guess it's just we should just be direct about what was changing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just do right click for now. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is this how we solved this problem before? We just did like because the other thing we could do is like this.
We solved it. I think I did tile type.length over 2 as num tile types.
Brilliant. How do we?
I don't know, but that's
We figured it out somehow,
I'm
right?
I'm nearly positive that's what I did. Yeah.
Object.values.
There you go.
Good memory. I know we did something like that, but
Hmm.
it wasn't quite coming to me.
What a just a dirty, dirty hack.
Yeah. Feels like maybe TypeScript could potentially. How do you like this? It's kind of weird, but
What, the caps or
yeah, I mean, the other thing we could do is like,
seems good.
it's not treating tile type as an object, even though that's what it is at runtime,
Oh, that I don't
right?
know how to make type correctly though. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fine. I mean, this is what we did last time. Yeah.
Okay. So what we did last time is we basically said,
Hmm.
or is it editor? What's the? Oh, we need to know what the current state is, and we don't have it, do we?
Not here. Does the system above this get it or not?
Yes, it does. Let's just say this is so super gross. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. So if I paint and I right click,
You got a +1.
oh, good call.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, still not.
Hmm.
Oh, we're not using selected tile type anywhere. Haha.
Oh, there you go. Sure aren't.
Crap.
Isn't it in frame state though? I thought local state was part of frame state.
Well, what's happening is we're setting the tile type
Uh-huh.
here. That's the problem.
Oh, I see. I mean, we could update the tile update value right there. It's in mouse updates, yeah.
I mean, yeah, this kind of needs to be here because there's only one client message, right? If we had multiple client messages, we could be able to we could handle this a little bit more gracefully. But
Yeah, one is good though. One is good.
yeah. All right. So this is just the editor now. We just get everything.
Great. Hmm.
And this is just editor dot now.
Hmm. And that's from the old.
There we go.
Look at that. Okay. Well, damn. Now, do we want to... Could we fill the cursor with the current selection?
We could.
Or we could write it on the screen. We could do anything.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Is it? I guess it's fine. I'm trying to think of like what I did in other game like get game editors, and I think we basically just like had the current tile color.
Yeah, I mean that feels pretty good.
Okay. Otherwise, it's just confusing, right? I mean, the other thing we could have is like we need to build a little like HUD, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but whatever. Shit works.
Shit does work. So this will just become tile,
Mm-hmm.
and the color will be
Tile type, line 197. Yeah. Yep.
nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so this is totally workable now. We can totally graffiti to our heart's extent.
Uh-huh. Wow, and rapid edits are actually working. Like, this is going pretty fine. Well, that's neat. All right, give me that paint bucket next. No, just kidding.
If you want flood fill, we can do flood fill.
For some reason, that algorithm seems like a little overkill for what we're doing.
What is the right thing? I mean, we probably want some sort of like click and drag functionality, right?
Or like to draw a square. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you draw one out here?
Oh, that's my cursor.
Oh, that's your. Oh. Maybe we do want the outline still. I don't know.
We could do both. You could res dot push both items there because then we could see the outlined cursor.
Yeah.
Like that'd be nice.
Okay. Let's get fancy.
Mm-hmm. Good old magenta. Boom. Boom. Yeah.
Oh, and how about I do a fancy thing here? What is pause 3? Would they be cool if I did this? Oh, wait, yeah, that's what I wanted. Is that weird with the tile floating?
No, I kind of like it, but what the fuck? All right, here's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Your cursor switch affects my display of you. You're putting down the correct tile still.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep. So we only have one state. That's
I don't know your selected tile because we're not synchronizing it.
exactly.
So maybe I should only draw the. Do I want to know what you've got selected? Maybe
Yeah,
I do.
Of course you do. What I've got selected is great.
Okay. So all that effort for local state, and now it needs to be synchronized.
That's a good point. That's annoying.
I mean, it's the nature of computer programming, sadly.
Yep. Well, let's leave it at this then. What else can we get on the tile? Because I'm curious to get the rest of our map entities in here, which is tanks and trees and dogs.
You want to do entities?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me Let me do one more thing.
Okay.
Okay, this feels a little bit better to me.
So 3D.
And
Are you about to transparentize that a little bit?
yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's cool.
This is, I believe, immutable, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, the alpha over the black. Actually, I don't think the alpha's doing anything.
Are
Is
we
that
not? Do we need to be rendering that in a certain way for that to happen?
are we doing alpha blending at all in this unlit?
We might not be. Do we need the unlit shader? No. Render unlit.
The alpha's enabled.
Oh. Weird.
It is a mystery.
Yeah. That is mystery. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of
Oh,
alpha.
this is 4. Stupid.
Oh.
There we go.
Ooh,
Is that weird?
No, that looks great. I like that. And what does switching it around look like? Yeah.
Okay. You want to know how to put entities down, right?
I do.
All right, we got 15 minutes. This is going to be a time for our like legendary
I mean,
15-minute coding
I was
sessions.
gonna say that's how we do our best work.
How do we name this thing in a way that we won't be confused? If we call the component like an entity component, it'll be really confusing because it is itself like an entity at the level of the editor engine.
That's right.
Should we call it like a entity spawn point or a spawn point or something like that?
I was wondering, is it part of the tile component? You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh, does it have like an entity on top of it?
Yeah. I don't know. What
Yes,
else could we
unless
do?
you want to maybe be able to put an entity that's not aligned to the tile grid.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not super clear to me. Well, I don't think our map can support that.
Sorry, say it one more time.
I don't think our map can support that at all. Dean says doghouse. Call it a doghouse. Wait, call what a doghouse?
Oh, he's basically saying that
Oh,
like
the-
if we have like a bucket of things, it should be a doghouse.
I love it. All right, send some entities to the doghouse. You know how some like game streamers like they let their people in the chat name their characters. We just let people name our variables.
I think we let people like design the contents of our game.
So far, it's been the case.
So far, yes.
I mean, is videogame.dog redirecting yet? It's really disappointing. Maybe I set it up wrong.
Why is
Hello.
it? Does it do HTTPS by default? It does.
I thought it did.
I did not ask for that. Is this Cloudflare?
I tried to just stick it to Netlify, so maybe
What's doing the redirect right now?
I just gave the A record for the domain to Netlify, so maybe I got more work to do. Is what I'm seeing. That's fine.
Oh. Oh wait, how does that is Netlify's doing the whole they're doing like the TLS thing where like
Hmm.
they basically register a TLS cert, but then they have to do what do you call SNA? What is the thing where you like the request the unencrypted part of the request also includes the domain that you're requesting, something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Because that's how a hosted provider has to handle it, right?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so maybe I just goofed on this. Yeah, I'll set it up later.
Okay, let's say for the sake of just building this, that the tile component just has an entity on top of it.
Hmm.
Uh, boy. We're still gonna call it a tank. Um,
We just have more variables to rename.
so far so good.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then I am going to bring us back to one player, just so it's not super distracting over here. And let's actually put an entity somewhere.
Oh.
What's up?
No, I was trying to think of what like our data storage model would be for doing that. Or sorry, for loading up the tank or loading up something. Yeah, there. You're just gonna stick it on here. That makes sense. Yep. Hmm.
So if there's a tile,
Hmm.
this is a wire solid.
Hmm.
Renderable type uniform
I
color.
think there are uniform colors for that. Yeah. Hmm. Mm. Hmm. What's in renderable that base for that? It extends renderable base. So renderable base takes a model name. So yeah, color and model name and model to world. No nested object. That's the diff.
Is that it?
So I think if you unnest that stuff,
Oh, I see. It just doesn't have this
it doesn't
thing in
have an
there,
object. Yeah, exactly. Uh huh. Uh huh.
it's still struggle. Oh, it's because this is just sitting here.
Oh yeah. Res.push.
And then we need to actually figure out what the model is, right?
Mm-hmm.
We call this tank?
I think we might still call it tank.
Yeah.
Assets, GLTF's index. There you go. Oop. No, it's Shiba. Good. I'm glad we have Shiba still.
Sorry, I'm on the new keyboard, so keep mistyping.
You got your 10 keys there.
I do.
Nice.
One of these is not like the other.
One of them is better.
One of these is better than the other. Clearly, that's what I meant.
Nice. Okay. Huh.
Still complaining because I'm missing something. Model modifiers.
Oh. Nothing?
How did I lose my cursor position so quickly? That sucked. Does it look like that? Yeah.
Cool.
And then the color we need to actually still figure out, right?
Yeah, or let's just make them all magenta right now.
All right. How about cyan? We've got magenta
Beautiful.
spoken for.
Uh-huh.
And we're not loading the models at any point, right? So that's got to happen
Oh, yeah.
somewhere.
Where does model load? Did we load the tile line model? I thought the engine loaded all the GLTFs for you.
Good question. I think we're doing it. I think tile is loaded inside the renderer somewhere. I want to say.
I think.
Yeah, it loads it intrinsically. So this is the first time we needed to actually load the assets.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right? So in the game, we just load them in the constructor, I want to say. No? Or maybe on clients ready?
Where do we call load model?
Here we go. We do this.
All right, do it.
Then GLTF is this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh my god, it just works. Check it out.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't you load the dog?
Well, I set them to trees.
Oh, okay,
so-
great.
so we can let. Okay, I got to change that immediately. I'm sorry.
You know, I did the tree.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah. Wow, that is like the Imperial Stormtrooper formation of dogs.
Yeah. It's great.
I'm digging it. There they are,
Yeah.
says Dean. I know.
Yeah, we call it a doghouse.
This is
Don't call it a comeback.
This is
Call it a
content
doghouse.
creation. You have to put the good stuff at the very end. No dogs till the last 5 minutes of the stream.
Yeah. Well, we've got dogs.
Hell yeah.
So, boy, this is a pretty open-ended thing that can happen here. This editor really is going to be a lot of work until we can get it to be super functional. One thing to noodle on, I think, is like what interaction paradigms you like. I don't know if right-clicking to change the tiles the right thing.
No, I'm down with. We had Q as our rotator in the game, so I at least like sort of having the interface be the similar thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was like the weapon selector.
That's the weapon selector, yeah.
What did we do? I feel like with the old editor, we always left click to place things, right? And that was for both terrain tiles and for entity spawn points.
That's right.
And there was just like a button that showed you what you currently had selected or something like that.
Yeah, and it like printed in text. I think there you could rotate tiles or rotate entities
Yeah.
separately.
And if we had to do selection, do you think we're ever going to do selection, like clicking and dragging,
I think
selecting boxes?
no. I'd rather have the game fill out a 64 by 64 map with grass as like
Okay.
as our default state, and then like if you want to change something, you just gotta change it.
Just got to paint it.
Yeah.
The other thing we could do is change the size of the cursor, right? The cursor could,
Ooh, interesting.
but it's not super precise, I suppose.
Well, if we could always see the outlines drawing, it's as precise as
Maybe
it's
that's
gonna
not
be.
too bad.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. If the outline also got bigger, that's fine.
Okay.
That's a cool idea.
And that would only be if you're in like terrain mode, because you wouldn't. Well, I guess you could stamp down like a square of entities, and then how would you erase the entities?
Now, how do you erase anything is my question here. Yeah.
Yeah, you would never erase tiles, right? The idea that the tile is not defined on the grid is basically like it shouldn't be that way, right?
There should always be tiles. So erasing the entity is like, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a. I mean, maybe we import a new model into the editor that is a bomb, and you can bomb things to destroy the entity.
There's something weird with the alpha math here. Why is the alpha of gray over gray purple? Is it the lighting?
Maybe.
Well, it's unlit.
So wait, when you do green over green, it doesn't change the color.
It shouldn't, but it does. Is our blending calculation wrong?
It might be, yeah. Huh. Huh.
Or are we drawing this too early?
Like nothing behind it to be alphaed over. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, because with alpha stuff you need to sort, right? Let me just take a quick look at that. Well, no, it looks like we're doing the tiles first, right? Tiles first, then cursors. So the alpha should be working correctly. Could just be that the alpha blending is just doing something weird. We don't do a lot of alpha, do we, right?
I was gonna say we've done none so far, I think. So
Yeah, so
all our transparency has been like line primitives to see.
kind of hard for us to see, right?
Yeah. Yes, maybe we just haven't done it right yet.
The alpha is set over here. The blend func source and I think that's what it is. Source factor. Destination factor. Should this be? No, I mean, the alpha value of the tile is being used somehow, right?
I mean, it must be. It alphaed the color, but like against what? Against black?
Yeah, it might be doing it against black exclusively, right?
Yeah.
And this just doesn't make any sense at all.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah. All right.
Huh.
Well,
Nice
we
map,
have
though.
a mystery to figure out.
Yeah. I'm gonna time to make an export button for the sucker so we can use this map. This is
Nice.
better than our old one. Man, we have to write a whole new format for ingesting these two because I don't like the old one.
Oh, yeah. Do your worst.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Yep, I've got some damage to do there. That'll be great.
We have only one type checker error?
Amazing.
Really? That's incredible.
Out of this whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's the server local state. Nothing?
Can I pass nothing?
No.
The server local state is nonsensical, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Can local state be an optional on our frame state?
uh,
Because that variable is client state for sure.
this is a little tricky, but for now I'm just gonna do.
Love it. Just put a comment there so we know that it is bogus. Bogus.
Yeah. Oh, and this is gonna go away because we're gonna synchronize the selected tile anyways, right?
Fair. Yeah.
Although that's actually a change that we don't want to delay, right? If you change the selected type, we probably don't want to delay it by 3 frames.
Yeah.
It just theoretically kind of doesn't matter, but whatever.
Three frames still feels like you did it live. But I'm with you. I hear what you're saying.
It is a mystery,
Yeah.
truly.
We'll try it out. We'll see how it feels.
Now the linter, on the other hand,
Oh boy.
probably mayhem.
It's hard to get stuff in the linter though. You're linting on save, ain't you?
Yeah, but did you find that the linter in VS Code finds different stuff than the linter on the command line?
Not usually for me.
All right. Well, I'm not going to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Git add dot, my favorite.
Boom. 98. You realize that next Monday will be our 100th stream? No, it won't be. Next Sunday will be our 100th stream because I'm traveling on
That's
Monday.
right, because we're doing Sunday.
Yeah.
100. We've really got to get that celebratory meal.
Yeah, we're getting lunch tomorrow, but is that celebratory enough?
No.
No, okay. Great.
We kind of need to do something dramatic.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Chez Panisse? Are they open yet?
Japanese. Maybe. I don't know.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll write that down. Dental surgery simulator. Are you implying that this was like pulling teeth for you?
No, it was entirely pleasant. It was like I was on nitrous.
Ooh, yeah, that is entirely pleasant.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Cool. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yep. Take care. See you on
Thursday.
Thursday.
Have a great night.
Take it easy.